The Redeeming Dogs. Today I want to teach you how to teach your dog how to use a ramp. A lot of modern SUVs are pretty tall. Mine's 36 inches. And to get the dog in and out safely without hurting the dog or hurting me, a ramp is a great thing to use. So let me walk you through the process of teaching your dog how to use a ramp. What we do is we've got our ramp on the ground. It's laying flat. This is a nice ramp. I got it at PetSmart. It's a telescoping. It's aluminum. I think it holds up to a 180-pound dog. So it's very sturdy. I like this ramp. I've used it for a lot of dogs for quite some time now. So the first thing I'm going to do is just teach the dog to walk on the ramp. Yes. So I'm using food to do this luring. Come on, babies. Good. And you can see that he's been fed. He's been fed for walking on this ramp. So if he gets a choice to walk on the ramp or off the ramp, he's always going to pick this ramp. So I would probably do this a session or two where he's just walking. He's going, yeah, you love it when I walk on this ramp. Until he really likes to walk on that and he understands he's getting paid for it. This is the first step. A lot of shy dogs may not even want to walk on this ramp the first couple times. Then what I might do is get them to step onto it, step off. It's real important the ramp be stable at this point. If the ground's not even and it's rickety, the dog's not going to feel good about it. So make sure it's nice and flat. Make sure it's very stable when the dog walks on it. Okay, I've got a dog now that's very used to walking up and down the ramp on the ground. I'm going to put the ramp on a low surface. It's very sturdy. I'm using this garden wagon. I use it a lot in my training. You could use a coffee table that was sturdy. You could use a box that was sturdy. You could put it on a step and have it up one or two steps. The main thing is I want to have it on something where the dog can walk up and then it can rest at the top of it. So, and this is a very low incline, so the dog doesn't need a lot of inclination, of speed. But what's going to happen is as we teach this dog to use the ramp higher and higher, the dog's going to need some momentum and speed or it will get stuck. So once I get the dog walking up here slowly, I want to teach him to come up it faster and faster. The other thing I've got to do is make sure that when the dog is coming down, I don't let the dog exit any other way but by the ramp. So he learns that he's got to go up by the ramp and off by the ramp. So, and I also name this behavior. I just call it getting up the ramp as hup and coming off the ramp as off. Jax, hup. Good boy. Yes, good. Off. So if I need to, I can have food in my hand or I can just point. Hup. So that's, I want to get the dog super comfortable with this. And you see he wants to do it on his own now. He's like, this is the best thing since sliced bread. So he'll walk up and down. He'll ask me for food when he gets to the top. So I almost want to see, when I'm training him, I want him to kind of pull me towards that ramp to do it. And that's when I know he's ready for the next step. Okay, what I've done next is I've got the dog with a low ramp. So I've got the ramp on a minivan. You can use a minivan. It's great as an intermediate step if you can get it. I could use a vehicle that was lower. And you don't have to have this intermediate vehicle, but I kind of like to use it. So again, I'm going to use the same command and just send him up. So, and he could easily jump off in here and jump off onto the ground. I still want him to be coming off with the ramp. Off. Good boy. Very good. So he's very comfortable doing that, but notice as the incline gets higher, it's harder for him to make that ramp if he doesn't have momentum. This dog, I've already started taking him to the shops and the mall, so he loves to ride in the car. This is something he wants to do. So he's motivated to get into the vehicle. Let's go off. Ready to use my ramp on my full height vehicle. So you can see this is pretty steep. He can make it, but he's going to have some momentum. So sometimes I start the dog farther back and move him up. The other thing you want to get in the habit of doing is not always, once you got the dog moving up and down, don't always do it from the same side. So when I first trained him, I trained him putting him up when I was on this side here. Now I'm sending him up this side. And you can see he's raring to go up that ramp. So let's start him up. So here. So lots of times what I do at this point is I will have some food waiting in this crate in here. So once he gets there, he's looking around to see if there's food. Although once the dog has done this a few times, the reward of getting in the car and going somewhere far outweighs having food. Off. So the first couple times he comes down this steep ramp, I want to have a very short leash so that he can't get away from me. And I want to guide him so maybe a leg doesn't fall off. If a leg falls off, I'm right there to put him back on. So let's do that one more time. And notice how he has to go pretty quick. So if I haven't taught the dog to move fast across the ramp, he's going to stall out and get stuck. Okay, come on. Hup. Good boy. So that's how you teach your dog to get up on a ramp.